Evening Fix It fans. So I'm just doing a video tonight to show you what I have just bought, and it is that receiver you can see sitting on its own on the table. Now it is not working, so I have bought it as a project because it doesn't power up, it doesn't do anything. So it will be coming to the channel where I'll be going right through it, and hopefully I'll be able to get it working. And it is a Rank Audio model RX-250A. Now it's from 1973 and it is made in Taiwan, this one. So it's a nice little vintage receiver from 1973. But I'm not sure what power it is, because when I've looked it up, some websites say this is 10 watts per channel, others say it is 15 watts per channel, and some say it is 20. So I'm not sure what power this little receiver is. So if you know the exact power of a Rank Audio RX-250A, can you let me know, please? And as you can see there, it's quite nice, this Rotel. It is in good condition. It's a little bit dirty, but there's no marks or anything on it, so I think this one's going to clean up really nice. And the cabinet on it is immaculate. So it is a nice condition little receiver, this one. And just look at the front there, it looks really good. There is no scratches or anything on that faceplate. I think that's going to clean up lovely the front of this Rotel. So I'm looking forward to doing this one, because I think this one could come up mint. So everything feels good on it. The tuner is moving and working lovely. The selector feels really nice. Volume pot feels good. The balance pot feels good. They feel really nice, these pots on this Rotel. Bass feels good. It just all feels really nice, the front of this Rotel. I keep calling it a Rotel, but it's a Rank Audio. But really, we all know it is a Rotel, isn't it? Yeah, all them buttons just feel lovely on it. And it's got them little stickers there. They mark the radio stations. Now my missus looked at them and she went, "Oh, you're going to pick them off? I don't like them on it." And I went, "No, they've got to stay on there. They are part of its character. They've probably been on there a long time, so I'm going to leave them on." And when I was a kid and I used to get receivers and that, most of them that I got my hands on had them stickers on like that. So I don't know if it was like a 70s thing. I don't know where them stickers came from, but everyone used to have them, and they'd stick them along their tuning part, and they was always them same stickers, the little blue and red squares. So I don't know the history behind them stickers, but I kind of like them because they are a proper bit of hi-fi history, them little stickers. So I'm going to leave them on this Rank Audio because it's been years since I've had a receiver with them stickers on, and I like them. So I've just put the camera down for a second, and I'll turn the Rotel round and show you the back. And you'll see on the back of this one, it is all DIN connectors. So it's 2-pin DINs for your speakers, and the 5-pin DINs for your tape, phono and auxiliary. It's got that switch there, normal or quadro sound. I think that just means 2 or 4 speakers. So it will take 2 sets of speakers. You've got 3 fuses in the back of it there, a little switched power outlet, and again on the back of this one, it does look very dirty, the back, but there is no damage to that, and I reckon that's going to clean up lovely the back of this old receiver. And just look at that cabinet, there is not a chip or a mark on that cabinet. The cabinet on this one is really good. And considering this one's from 1973, whoever owned this one really looked after it. You can just tell that. You can tell that it has been proper looked after. So I'll just put the camera down again and you can look at my Pioneer and Sansui for a moment. And I'll turn the receiver back round. And I've got my tape measure here, so I'll show you how big it is. And with this Rotel, it wasn't one that I was really after, this Rotel. I just see it on the British Heart Foundation website, and I like buying stuff from them because it always gets packed nice and it always gets sent out good. And if it doesn't work, they just tell you it doesn't work. You know they haven't opened it up and tried to fix it. They would have just plugged it in. If nothing happens, they just sell it on. So you can see there, that is about 16 3/4 inches wide, or 42.5 centimetres. Depth wise, that is about 9.5 inches or 24 centimetres. So it's not that deep, this one. And height, that is about 5.5 inches or 14 centimetres high. So it's quite tall, it's quite wide, it's just not very deep, this one, compared to some of the others. Yeah, so what I was saying about this one, it wasn't one that I was really hunting for. I was just looking through everything the British Heart Foundation had for sale, and I came across this. And when I looked at the pictures and that, I thought, oh, that looks really nice condition, that Rotel. And I was just quite interested in it because I've never had this 250A. I have got an RX-150A made by Rank Audio. Well, I say I have, it belongs to my missus really, because it was her granddad's. We've had it years, that's what I use for my tunes in my kitchen. Little Rank Audio RX-150A, and it's lovely, that little receiver is. So when I see this one, just sitting on the computer not working, and I started looking at the pictures of it, and I just thought that looks really in good condition. So I showed it to my missus and I went, should we try and save it? She went, yeah, go on, try and get another little Rank Audio. So that's what I did, and here it is. So I'll just put the camera down for a second and I'll do what I always do, and that's I'll put something on top of it to give you a little size comparison. So as my Sansui 310 is sitting right on the top here, I might as well use that. And they do look a similar sort of size actually, this Sansui and that Rotel. So let's move the little Sansui down and put it on top of my new Rotel. And I could possibly have another new Rotel tonight, because there is one finishing on the computer in a couple of hours. It is an RX-600A, so it's like a bigger version of this with the pre-out main coupler and all that on it, but it is not in the condition of this 250. It looks absolutely knackered, so I'm only going to have a really low bid on it. So there you can see the Sansui sitting on top of the Rotel, and it's only a tiny little bit bigger, that Sansui, a little tiny bit wider. It is overhanging quite a lot of the back. It's a fair bit deeper, that Sansui, look. That's overhanging by a good like 50 or 60 millimetre. So it's a good one, this Rotel. If you've only got like a little sideboard or something and you want to put a vintage receiver on it, then this Rotel will be a good one for that, because it's not that deep. And they are good value for money, these Rotels. I'm not sure about this 250 because I haven't heard it yet, but all the other Rotel stuff I have ever had, it has all been decent, so I really can't see this 250 being any different. And just look at that collection sitting on the table there. I feel like I could be in a 1970s hi-fi shop, just waiting for the man with his big moustache and his flares to come over and try and sell me one. Because I think these lot could have been in the shop together. Maybe not that 750, but definitely these other three. Because that one there, it's the oldest, Sansui 310, 1972. Then this Pioneer at the top here, the SX434, 1974. And that Pioneer SX750, 1976. And then, of course, the Rotel, 1973. So definitely them three, the Sansui, the Rotel, and that 434 could have been in a hi-fi shop at exactly the same time. So the man with his flares and his big moustache would have come over, Mr. Smooth. And he would have gone, "Good afternoon, sir. Can I interest you in one of these lovely receivers?" And I would have gone, "Oh yes, please, Mr. Smooth, but not that big SX750 there, because I am only poor." Because I do think it would have been, wouldn't it? Back in the day, that 750 would have been a lot more money than these others. Just look at it, it's a monster compared to them. So it must have been a load more money when it was new. And I think that Rank Audio, or the Rotel, that would have been the cheapest one out of them four in Mr. Smooth's shop. That one would have been the bargain. Because I do think Rotel kind of price that stuff a bit cheaper than Sansui or Pioneer. When it's every bit as good. It really is. It is good gear, the old Rotel stuff. I really like it. And take like that one I was on about earlier, the RX-250A. One of them is an excellent receiver, and it really has got a good sound to it, one of them. Maybe not the one that I'm going to have a bid on later tonight, because the one that finishes on the computer tonight does look really knackered, and it does look a bit rusty. It looks like it's been left in a shed for years, and it is collection only. It is about 20 miles away from my house, so I will have to go and collect it if I win it. So that is why I'm only going to have a really low bid on it. But if I am the lucky winning bidder, I will go and get it, and I will try and fix it. Because I do really want one of them RS600As or the RX400A. I really want to get one of them for the channel. And hopefully at the weekend I might find something good for the channel. Because last night me and my missus was speaking, and we have decided that this weekend we are going boot fair hunting. Now, I haven't been for a little while, and now and again you do find good stuff up the boot fair. Not like you used to, because years ago I used to find really good stuff up the boot fair all the time. But the last few years, not so much really. I have found some little bits and pieces here and there, a few amplifiers and that, some speakers. So you never know, at the weekend I might find something good. But you do still find like vinyl records. That's what I should be mainly hunting for. You get people, don't you, clearing out their old records, and they just put a big box of records down, and you go through it, and now and again you find something really good. So hopefully this Sunday, with a bit of luck, I shall have a good rummage round the boot fair and find something really good. So thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, and I shall see you next time.